Welcome to Sarasa Swited Saratani School. Good day everyone, Teacher Lawrence here. Welcome to our weekly online lesson. Our subject is Science, Grade 4. Have you noticed an animal that has a backbone? How about the animals does not have a backbone? On today's lesson, we're learning about classification of animals. Animals classified by the main body part. We have vertebrates and invertebrates. At the end of the lesson, students will be able to identify and define a vertebrate and an invertebrate. Students will be able to classify animals as a vertebrate or an invertebrate. Do you know what is vertebrates? When you think vertebrates, think about backbones or spine. This word has to do with animals that have a lot of bones in the form of a skeleton. It especially refers to animals with the backbones, which protect their spinal cord. Examples are tigers, lions, monkeys, toads, eagles, frogs, and snake are vertebrates.
Hello everyone, welcome to Happy Learning. Today we're going to look at vertebrate animals. As you know, we can classify animals in various ways, depending on the characteristics we look at. Today, we're going to look at some animals by the internal structure of their bodies. According to this feature, we can classify them into vertebrate animals, which have an internal skeleton, that means bones, and invertebrate animals, like this worm, which has no backbone, in fact, no bones at all. All vertebrate animals have an internal skeleton made up of bones. Bones are very strong and give bodies their shape. They hold it nice and straight. The spine, the backbone, is made up of a series of articulated pieces of bone called the vertebrae, which allow the body to move in a certain way and be flexible. Vertebrate animals' bodies are divided into the head, the torso, and the limbs. Yes, the head, the body, and the arms and legs. Some vertebrates are aquatic, like these fish. Others are terrestrial, like this bear. And others fly, like this eagle. Vertebrates can move in many different ways: walking, jumping, crawling, climbing, and when they have to, running. But sometimes it's not enough. There are also many vertebrate animals that move by flying, like birds and bats. For example, these eagles, which, unfortunately for the fox, are much faster than him. Vertebrates are classified into 5 groups: fish, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals, like this big howler monkey. Now, let's remember the most important things we've learnt about vertebrate animals. vertebrate animals can be classified into 5 groups: fish, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and mammals. Vertebrates have internal skeletons made of bones. The body of this kind of animal is divided into head, torso, and limbs. They move in many ways: walking, jumping, crawling, flying, climbing, and when they need to, running. So, see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe to Happy Learning.
What is invertebrates? Invertebrate is an animal that doesn't have spinal column or a backbone. Examples are fly, spider, ant, snail, grasshopper, worm, and jellyfish are invertebrates. There are many more invertebrates than vertebrates.
Hi friends! Welcome to a new Happy Learning video. Today we are going to learn about the invertebrate animals. You all know that the animals are divided into 2 big groups: the vertebrates that have an internal skeleton formed by bones, and the invertebrates that have no bones. All the invertebrates are oviparous, and we classify them in 6 big groups: sponges, jellyfish, corals, worms, mollusks, echinoderms, and arthropods. The sponges are aquatic animals that are sac-shaped, and the body is full of pores. It is very easy to remember this group because many times we use them in the shower for our personal hygiene. Yes, many of the sponges we use in the shower are invertebrate animals. The jellyfish are invertebrate animals that live in the ocean. Their bodies are gelatinous and have tentacles. The truth is that when they appear in the beach, it is very annoying because their tentacles have small venomous stingers that produce very unpleasant bites. Corals are tiny marine animals that produce limestone residue, which give rise to beautiful shapes. Do you know this animal? Exactly, it's a worm. Worms are soft and long invertebrate animals that move by dragging their body in the ground because they have no feet. They can be aquatic or terrestrial. There are some worms that can be harmful, and that is why we must be careful with them. Can you see this snail? Well, snails form part of the mollusk group. Mollusks have a soft body without legs and can also be aquatic or terrestrial. Some, like the snail, this clam, and mussels, protect the body with shells. But there are other mollusks that don't have a shell to protect themselves, like slugs or octopuses. The echinoderms are exclusively aquatic animals. Their bodies have calcareous plates that form a shell. Some echinoderms are balloon-shaped and are covered in spikes that they use to defend themselves, like sea urchins. Others are star-shaped and are of course called starfish. The arthropods are the most abundant animals on the earth. Of every 100 animals that exist, 80 are arthropods. These invertebrate animals have the body covered by an external skeleton called a cuticle. The most common way to classify the arthropods is by the number of legs they have. This way we can classify them in 4 big groups. Arthropods with 6 legs. In this group, insects like ants and flies are present. Arthropods with 8 legs, where for example the arachnids like spiders and scorpions are. Arthropods with 10 legs include the crustaceans like crabs and lobster. Arthropods with more than 10 legs like the centipede that, as you can see, has much more than 100 legs and are called myriapods. Well, now you know a bit more about the invertebrates. Bye friends! And don't forget to subscribe to the Happy Learning channel.
Alright, let's have a review. Vertebrate is an animal that has a backbone. Vertebrate is an animal that has a backbone. Invertebrate is an animal that does not have a backbone. Invertebrate is an animal that does not have a backbone. Exercises. Identify the following animals, whether vertebrates or invertebrates. Number 1. Lions. Lions. Vertebrates or invertebrates? Great job! The answer is vertebrates. Number 2. Snail. Snail. Vertebrates or invertebrates? Good job! The answer is invertebrates. Number 3. Spider. Spider. Vertebrates or invertebrates? Very good. The answer is invertebrates. Number 4. Snake. Snake. Vertebrates or invertebrates? Excellent! The answer is vertebrates. Number 5. Tigers. Tigers. Vertebrates or invertebrates? Awesome. The answer is vertebrates. Great job! I hope you learned something from this video. Keep safe and see you all soon to our next lesson. Goodbye!